Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you are all doing good and studying very hard. Okay, so today we will solve another problem from book Erodo, chapter kinematics. Question number is 1.11. This is easy questions the standard of questions uh, in Erodo are higher than this. This question is not that much difficult. So let's solve this. Let's read the question, understand the situation, comprehend what is given, and just apply the concept and let's solve it. Really, it's a very easy question. Okay, what is given? Two particle moves in uniform gravitational field with an acceleration g. Okay, at the initial moment, the particle were located at one point. Okay. Two particles both are located at one point and moved with velocity v1 and v2 horizontally in opposite direction. Fine. Find the distance between the particle at the moment when their velocity vectors becomes mutually perpendicular. So this is a relatively easy question if we compare with other questions. Okay, fine. Suppose this is the place, this is a tower, let's say. Let me draw one figure for you. This is the place, this is one tower where two friends are standing. Suppose this friend 1 has thrown this particle 1 in this direction 1, and with velocity v1 is equal to 3 meter per second, and there is another particle which is thrown horizontally with velocity 4 meter per second. This is given, and let's say this is v2. This is given in question, and acceleration due to gravity is g. So we all know that acceleration due to gravity is vertically downward, and the value is also, we know that we will put 9.8 or 10. To ease calculation we may put 10. Now we know that this particle will go like this. Now this particle at t is equal to, they both are thrown at t is equal to 0. Now this particle will go like this. Fine, right? And now at any point of time they are saying that their velocity become mutually perpendicular. Okay, so students, situation is something like this. At some time at t is equal to, both particles are thrown horizontally in opposite direction. Now this particle 2 at some point of time at t is equal to t, it has reached here, and this particle 1 is moving in this direction, and they are saying at this instant, suppose if this is the instant according to the question, at this instant their velocities becomes perpendicular. So I have extended behind their tail, and see how I joined, and the point of intersection, at point of intersection of these tails, we are seeing v1 v2 are making 90 degree with each other. So this is the question. Now we have to write, now what we have to do, we have to write velocity vector and both velocity vectors, and we know that as v1 and v2 are perpendicular, as v1 vector is perpendicular to v2 vector, we can say v1 dot v2 is equal to 0, right? And one more thing you must notice, that as both the particles are thrown horizontally, their vertical velocity was initially 0. Therefore, for both of them, displacement in y direction can be written as uy into t plus half into acceleration in y direction into t square, right? And this is 0 for both of them. And if let's say if we take this is positive and this is positive, right side is positive and upward is positive, then I will write it is minus half into g into t square. It is like this. Displacement will be same for both of them. So both will be at any instant of time, both will be on the same horizontal level, and the distance between the particle will be like, if I say this particle one has displaced by angle, by distance, suppose, let me draw this, and other particle. So particle 1, the displacement of particle 1 in horizontal direction is suppose x1, and this is x2. So final distance will be x1 plus x2, obviously, right? And there is relative motion concept also that we can apply. I will discuss later that it will be a revision of relative motion also. Now just let's find this v1 v2 vector, and first find the time at which this is happening. So this is going to be very easy now. I will write for particle 1, velocity of particle 1 will be initial vector plus g into t, a vector into t, simply, plus a vector into t. Now final velocity of particle 1 will be initial velocity vector. What is initial velocity vector? Is minus 3 I cap, and as acceleration due to gravity is downwards, final velocity will be g, acceleration will be minus g, so minus g, and that is k cap, j cap. So g into t, I will write j cap. Similarly, final velocity of particle 2 will be u2 vector plus acceleration of 2 vector into t, and acceleration of particle 2 will be first, initial velocity is 4 I cap minus g into t j cap, and now we have to do v1 dot v2 is equal to 0. So we know that it will come minus 12, because minus 3 into 4 minus, and it will be g square into t square is equal to 0, and we will get time t square is equal to 12 by 10 square. I will use g as 10. So what I am getting, time as under root of 12 by 10. This is what I am getting. Okay, fine. Now we know that the distance between the particle will be x1 plus 2, x1 plus x2. So we can calculate here, distance will be equal to x1 plus x2. Now x1 is, it is the horizontal displacement, and horizontal displacement will be due to the initial velocity, as there is no uh, acceleration in horizontal direction. So x1 will be 3 into t, and x2 will be 4 into t. So that is 7 into t, and I will write 7 into root of 12 by 10. If you solve this, you will get answer. Let me solve it for you quickly. Under root of 12 into zero point 0.7. So I am getting 2.42, around 2.42. So okay, 2.42. Or I could have taken g as 9.8 also. If I take 9.8 as the value of g, then we will get around 2.47 or 2.5. Yeah. So if we take g as 9.8 meter per second square, then we will get this distance as 2.47. So I can write approximately 2.5 meter. Fine. Now I was telling you about the relative motion concept. Just we will just take one more minute. As we know that relative acceleration is zero, because both particle is having same acceleration in y direction. So relative acceleration is zero, and relative acceleration is zero. That means relative velocity is constant. So if we talk about, let's say with respect to one, if we observe with respect to one, With respect to one will always be at rest. We know that one will always be at rest, and what he will observe, that particle 2 will be moving in this direction. And you must know that if when you as a observer observe an object, to observe its velocity, what you do, you reverse your own velocity and give it to the object and take the resultant. What I am saying, velocity of 2 with respect to 1 can be written as velocity of 2 minus velocity of 1, right? This can be written as velocity of 2 plus minus a velocity of 1. So who is observer here? 1. So to analyze the motion of particle 2, what one has done, one has found the resultant of v2 vector and minus v1 vector, that is opposite of its own velocity vector. So when you are an observer, what you do, you put yourself at rest, and before finding the velocity of the object, you reverse your velocity and give it to the object and take resultant with its velocity. So v2 was here, and we know that the particle 1 was in this direction 3 meter per second. So you have to reverse your velocity and you have to give in this direction only. So relative velocity is v1 plus v2 and in the direction, right? And as relative acceleration is zero, relative velocity will be constant both in magnitude and direction, as these are vectors. So what one will observe, one will simply observe that this particle 2 is moving in this direction with actually 7 meter per second, because 3 plus 4 is 7, and it will continue to move in this direction. So the distance between the particles at any time t will be 7 into t. It is simple. Only thing is we have to find the 7. For that we will have to do that calculation which we did above, v1 vector dot v2 vector is equal to 0. Without that you won't be able to solve. So this is how we can solve. I hope students you must have learned something from this question, and okay, so let's meet in next video. Till then, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. It's going to be a very long journey now, and we will solve all the questions of Irodu which are relevant to JEE Advanced and Olympiad. Okay, students, happy learning.